Welcome to the final of the first great tournament. Now, unless you're part of my Discord, you probably have no idea what this is, so allow me to fill you in. A fair while ago, the good people of my Discord expressed interest in me hosting a tournament, so I did it. That's basically the story of it. So, people wanted a tournament, I fancied doing a tournament, it sounded like a fun idea. I thought up some prizes, which was just Steam vouchers, it seemed like the best thing. So the winners, first, second, third and fourth place, got Steam vouchers, and all they had to do was play a bit of Total War. Most of the matches were a best of 3, and you had to choose your armies beforehand so that you couldn't counter-pick, and there was a whole bunch of other rules to try and make it as fair as possible. I didn't want any lord sniping, no corner camping, no spamming of stupid fucking units, all that stuff that makes online Total War boring as scheisse. We got rid of it. Didn't want any of it going on, so we tried to keep all the matches as fair as possible with the rules, and the semi-finals and the final were actually a best of 5, and I put in a bunch of different rules for those 5 matches. So the first one player got to choose their faction first, and then the other player could counter-pick, and then we switched around, and the same thing for the other player. And then the third match, they weren't told what map it was. The fourth map, they weren't told what factions they'd be facing. And the fifth match, I had a secret plan, which I only wanted to divulge if we got to it. And the 2 gentlemen in the final, Dingo and Sokol, both defeated 3 other players to get to that final. Now, Dingo was kind of the favourite to win the final. He'd gone through all his other matches, didn't lose a single battle, he was looking good. Also had a lot of friends on the Discord, so lots of people rooting for him, lots of people bigging him up, lots of people putting it in his favour. So everyone was expecting him to take it, and Sokol, his opponent, was a little bit more of an unknown, a little bit of a dark horse. He hadn't been on the Discord as long, no one had really played him as much, so no one really knew who he was or knew too much about him. He was kind of the underdog, and everyone was expecting Dingo to win. So that's just kind of the story of the final. So enough talk, let's get into it. Goldilocks left the beard. Sokol's ready, I believe. He's in here somewhere. Somebody find the man. Technically only here for the beard, as he should be. Here he is, Dog Tamer. Oh ho ho! Oh! Fight and talk! Sokol's renamed himself, I'm assuming. He's gonna tame the Dingo. I like that. I like that. So, what's the strategy here? Someone's typing stuff. Dingo's ready when you are. So Dingo's ready to go. They've begun! Here we go! The grand final begins. So, let's look at the armies first of all. So, Sokol is the Tomb Kings. He's got Skeleton Warriors, Tomb Guard. Lots of Tomb Guard. Plenty of killing power. He's got some of the old great bows. He's got Hetep on that artillery motherfucker. Old Dingo playing his dwarves. He's got Longbeard front, Longbeard front, Longbeard front. He's of course got the artillery advantage. He's got a couple of flame cannons, some thunderers, Ungrim, torpedoes, slayers. So he's gone light on the slayers. So Dingo's army is probably mostly hidden at this point, because it's behind the brow of a hill, but they're probably both hidden to each other actually. So we'll have to see. Artillery fire coming in. So he must be able to see them, landing on the Longbeards. So this is the one where Sokol got to counterpick Dingo. So this is where you have to make your decision about which faction you choose in this situation. So Dingo went for the dwarves, one of his stronger factions, I believe. So Sokol could kind of use one of his strongest factions to counter that, or he could use one of his lesser strong factions to not waste, because he can only use a faction once. And he's gone for using one of his, what I assume was what be one of his stronger factions in the Tomb Kings. So there's some artillery fire, aiming for the General Hetep. Being hammered by... How the hell are they firing over that? How on earth are they getting that trajectory? There's a fucking hill in the way. Madness. Gotta be careful with that Lord. Can't leave him out getting hammered by artillery. Dingo moving up. Sokol playing it cool. He's in no hurry. Both men have artillery. Both men have the power. Please don't mention Vanguard things. Please don't give anything away. They're probably not really looking at the chat anyway, but please just try to avoid that, because I'm trying to avoid it, so as not to give people's game plans away. So just don't mention any stuff that you see that maybe someone else didn't see, or one of the players didn't see, unless it's obvious, like this. These boys are coming. So the Tomb King's moving up to face the dwarves. So we've got a Longbeard front line. That is going to be tough to get through. You're going to need some serious melee attack. That which the skeletons don't have, but the Kepra Guard and the Tomb Guard don't have bad, well, they don't have great melee attack. And they don't have armor piercing. So that could be a tough fight for them. Kemrian coming around the flank. Still got the old great bows. Great bows might want to start focusing on something a little more dangerous to them. Some cheeky Ushabti coming around the flank. Nice. Here comes the Kemrian. These Thunderers going to line. Ooh. Those Thunderers are being focused to crap. Some more. Oh, these are normal Ushabti. I thought he had all great bows. Okay. Got some Slayers around though, does Dingo. A nice attack by the Carrion. Sorting out that artillery. The Slayer's going to try and sort that out though. Kemrian on the charge. These Longbeards are struggling a bit on the edge here. These ones are going to struggle if the Kemrian stays on them. He needs to stop this happening, because all this, that could be bad for him. I don't want to say it because I don't want to give the plan away. Oh, these boys getting charged over here. They've been a little bit mismicroed. Oh, he's going to run away from those. He's got the cannons firing on him. The missile units haven't been too bothered so far. The artillery, the missiles has all been fine, apart from the Carrion here, who are getting torn apart by some Slayers now. If I were him, I'd be using this thing to mess this line up. All back here, just cause some havoc back here. Get this boy back in. Why isn't he firing on anything? He's got that artillery. He needs to help out. He needs to get some of these ranged units down. Oh, the old War Sphinx struggling in the face of Thunderers. Oh, those torpedo boys are going to take that thing right down. I don't think he's lasting too much longer. Although he is tearing up some Thunderers. You got to try and keep him moving if I were him. I'd be charging this thing between these two units. You can't let these settle on you and just sit there and fire on you like this. That is going to be bad news for that War Sphinx. Slayers are coming over now. These great bows, who are they firing on? Trying to fire on the Iron Drakes. Down goes the Kemrian. That could be big. Looks like Sokol's winning on the right though. He's going to take the right side, but he is probably going to lose on the left. He's got to do something about all these missiles at the back here. It's not going to be easy. Who do you focus at this point? Who's the danger here? He's been flanked now by the Longbeards that have been spared. Those Tomb Guard are going to be in trouble. Some nice artillery fire coming in though. He needs these Ushabti to be doing that. Although I suppose the Slayers are there. You just need to sort out some of these missiles and stuff. They're going to ruin you. But he doesn't really have the tools to do it. Got the artillery. Oh, we spawned up the old Ushabti on top of the Iron Drakes. Are they torpedo? They are torpedo. Popping off a few torpedoes, but will they get through them quick enough? Ushabti a little bit not that great. You want them to be better, but their melee attack is so bad that they just never really perform as you'd expect. Thanks for following, Bakes. Some of these Thunderers. Oh, where are these Thunderers going? Looks like they're going to line up old Ketep. Could be bad news for him. If they get their guns out ever. Well, they're going to start popping off on him. He's going to go down pretty quick if they stick on him as well. He needs to do something about these Thunderers. Still quite, I want to say even, although it's apparently in the Dwarven favour? I can't tell. I think it is. I think the Tomb Kings are dwindling. Their leadership is crumbling away. They're crumbling away. Slayers on the Ushabti, down they go. It's looking bleak. The Tomb Kings have been defeated. Oh, scheisse. One down. Dingo takes the first one. Sokol has fallen in his mismatched round, the first battle. So now he's going to have to pull out all the stops to try and beat... wait, who was... Yeah, it's so confusing trying to think about the two battles. Let's have a look at some kills. So, perhaps not enough armor piercing in the Tomb King's roster. He was unable to tame the dog. Some of these Ushabti doing nothing. The War Sphinx, 13 kills. He got shut down there. Too many missiles, I think. All these missile units were laying waste to all the large units. All the infantry really had to do was survive. Sokol, you got this, my man. Lordy coming in. Finally some support for Sokol. Everyone's been all over Dingo. His little fan clubs here. Could be full infantry army on Norska. It could be. But they don't have a great deal of armor piercing infantry other than Chaos Marauders. And then they have some more, but it gets really expensive. So maybe he's brought a ton of Chaos Marauders. Here we go. We're about to find out. So let's have a look at Dingo first of all. Marauder champions, berserkers. So interesting choice on the berserkers. They are not armor piercing, but they do a ton of damage. Fimirs with great weapons. And some axe throwing at some bastards. And good old Marauder chieftain on a chariot. So pretty much infantry army, as someone said. Sokol positioning up. Hiding in the tree. I can't really look at his army because he's hiding it in the trees, but Dingo's going to know he's over there. So we'll wait till he gets a bit closer before we reveal all his units. So we'll talk about these units. We can see these ones. These ones are allowed. We've got some dwarf warriors, some giant slayers, some rangers with great weapons who were hidden, but not anymore. So he's coming out the forest though. He doesn't want to play the Wood Elf game. He's on the move. Norska posturing up, ready to go. Is there any dwarven artillery? That is the question. Seemingly not. So it's pretty much coming out of the trees now, so we can say his army. Great weapons. Longbeards, lots of longbeards with great weapons. Dwarf warriors, thunderers. See, this should be... Yeah, I was going to say, this is like, this is the time to strike now. Well, he's on the move. He's out of position. He doesn't have a formation right now. He's moving into it, but strike while he's all on the move is a good time to strike. Got some stuff over there. Don't say about the stuff. Oh, Synthetic getting his chant going. Give Synth the ban. Well, you ruined his chant, so I think that was good. Well done. Now he's just trying, give me a ding. Oh! Not quite the same as what he was going for, I don't think. Anyway, infantry about to engage. Lots of holes around. The sneaky flanking party coming up with some blasting charges. These longbeards with great weapons should do pretty well against the Marauder champions. But all these berserkers might change things up. Ungrim getting in there. Fimir boys. Fimir going after the miners with blasting charges. Oh, those blasting charges and those missiles done some nice work on the berserkers. Chieftain just sitting in front of some miners. Why not? Any flanking going on? No, these giant slayers are ready to go on the side just in case. Missiles coming in on the general. No, not sure what's going on here. I think they're just having a chat while everyone else gets bombarded. This miner's not going to do a great deal, but here come the longbeards with great weapons. They should do a nice bit of damage to the Fimir boys, but the Fimir boys will do their damage back.
Understood, Lord.
Needs to be getting round a bit here. This unit here could be going... Need a bit more of that good stuff. Slayers going in. Slayers again, where the Slayers, I guess you need to get rid of the Marauder Hunters, but these things right here, these large, are a bigger threat. And a bigger target, I think, for the Slayers. Miners breaking, but they're only miners, nobody cares about them. So missiles coming in on the Hunters. They're going to feel that with their crappy armor. Slayers done some work there. These need to get back in the fight before they get realised. I hope they can't see these arrows, by the way, otherwise I'm giving things away. I should probably stop drawing, just in case. I'm not sure if they can see the arrows being drawn. These ones still wearing these down. These Fimir warriors, they're getting wasted slowly, and they're fighting just miners, so it's kind of a waste of their talents. Although here come some Marauder Hunters to throw some axes into the back of these Longbeards. They're going to feel those. Their health's whittling down now. Slayers again. Slayers missing their target. Their target's right here. Get them on them. That is a much easier time to get rid of those Fimirs. The Great Weapon Giant Slayers coming over now. These dwarves holding on well though. Dwarf warriors there. Is that Rangers with great weapons fighting in melee? They're not messing around. Those Rangers with great weapons could have been good coming round to flank and shooting this lot in the back. The Fimir warriors have been routed over here. That could be pretty big. Looks like Sokol's winning a lot on the front line. Ungrim in here. Ungrim's taking a fair pounding. Some of these Berserkers' leadership is going to be on the fritz soon. Needs to get some of these units back. Needs to get rid of these Marauder Hunters as well. They're pretty dangerous with those throwing axes. Oh, the general of the Norska's been routed off. Is he white flagged? I think he's properly white flagged, so he is going. Maybe he's not though, I can't tell. It's hard to tell. So dwarves looking like they have the advantage ever so slightly here. The runesmith in there. He's dropping some damage resistance. The Thunderers, they've only got 10 kills so far. They need to line up and blast these mofos. Looks like he's really trying to get rid of these now. He's got 3 units of missiles firing on the Hunters. That should make short work of them. They've still got quite, well, they've got a little bit of ammo left. Oh, some other ones have come back here. Might want to turn some attention on them. These Fimir warriors still in the game, but need to get some Slayers on them really. Oh, the infantry in the middle, it's close. If one of these Berserkers goes, it may make them all go. Don't know how this one's holding on. Oh, the routing could be bad. That dwarf. Oh, the Norska general's still in the fight. That could be a game changer. He's one on the right. Sokol's one on the right. He just needs to finish off those Fimir warriors. Some Berserkers here need to get back into the fray. Not sure where they're going. So they're going to take those boys on. Ungrim. Still okay-ish. Taking a fair beating. There's some Fimir warriors on him though. He is anti-large, so he'll do pretty well against them. I think he needs to get more of this. He needs to be doing more work to get rid of these Fimir warriors, I think. All these boys here, round the back. Blast them in the back. Bang, 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 bang. Norska general go in there. The same thing for Norska. They could be flanking round, getting the back of all this stuff. Fimir warriors got a fair matchup, bashing them down, but now the missiles are on them. Oh, it's looking bad for Norska. It's looking like Sokol may have this one. Chainsaw Gav's finally arrived. Maybe we can play that match after all, although I think Truxton didn't have much time to play, so maybe not. Norska is maybe done for. Dingo's lost the second one. Ho ho, the plot thickens. The plot frickin' thickens. 1-1. Ding ding, one apiece. Dingo has fallen in the second round. The dwarves, unbeatable so far in this match. So there we go. 1-1. I like it. I'm glad it didn't go for a 3-0 clean sweep of anyone. So now we've got a fight on our hands. Yeah, I'd like to start maybe offering some like PC parts and things like that as a prize. Maybe even a PC one day. Here we go. Oh, it's a close one. Both armies starting straight in each other's faces. Let's have a look at Dingo first. Chaos Warriors. We've got to look fast because they're about to engage. So Chaos Warrior front line, backed by some armor-piercing great weapons, 2 Shaggoths, halberds, and some aspiring champions, probably for that leadership. Ooh, Hageneth boys up front. Bleak swords. Got some witch elves. A few missiles. And a bunch of spears, some blackguard, a dragon. A cheeky couple of repeater crossbows here. They could be pretty dangerous because they're armor piercing. We'll see what's going down. The aspiring champions coming in first. They're going to suck up some... Oh, look at those aspiring champions getting hammered by the missiles. They're down a quarter of their health nearly already. They're going to charge. You need to charge these boys. Oh, he's not getting the charges in with his Hageneth boys. He has nothing else to micro right now. I don't know what he's looking at, but he's losing out on charge bonuses here. That could be huge. He's probably watching this actually. Dragon Ogre trying to get after this. Kolek is getting a little bit hammered by those. They could be a problem. Oh, here comes the breath attack. Maybe a little bit premature. I would have saved that breath attack for a bigger crowd, personally. Like this one, you got 2 units here, blah, 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 blah. In come the Witch Elves. So it's a pretty even front line. These spearmen are going to struggle eventually. These spearmen need to get after these things. Blade wind coming in, but it wiped out, always wiped out the aspiring champions on both sides. Taking down the halberds over here. But are the halberds the biggest target to be worried about here? If I were him, I'd be targeting something a little more dangerous to your army composition, such as the great weapons, maybe. Here come the Blackguard though, going to get after Kolek. He's got the dragon, and he's going to run away. Dingo not going to play with those Blackguard too long, wisely. Malekith is on a dragon, of course. So he's got those missiles. He's trying to hammer down the halberds. I don't know why he's trying to kill the halberds, really. He doesn't have any large that are really a threat. Trying the breath attack on Kolek when he's moving, a bad move in my opinion. Look at this. You had this right here to breath attack, and you did it on a moving Kolek and completely missed. Not the best call there from Sokol. He is beating the crap out of these Chaos Warriors though. These guys need to start focusing these more dangerous units. The Dark Elves holding on well though. Sokol doing alright. Not sure what these boys are doing. These Dark Shards have got a bit too close. Now they're getting hammered by Chaos Warriors. Not sure where they're moving up to. He's starting to focus fire Kolek. The dragon doesn't seem to know what's going on. Kolek is anti-large as well, so that dragon's going to feel his hits. But it's still quite even at the moment. Murderous Prowess has popped. Some wavering from the Chaos. A fair amount of wavering from the Chaos. Ooh. It's an even one. These Harganeth boys getting after the old Shaggoth. The dragon's still in the fight. So Dingo, gotta watch out. Ooh, see this is bad now. Dingo's lost control of his general because of the Witch Elves, I assume, wherever they may be. Don't know how, they're all the way over there. There must be 1 or 2 over here. Oh, there's one. One Witch Elf. Look at her, sneaky. She's running back to the unit now. Sneaky little bitch. She stabbed him up and then he lost control, and then he got hammered by those missiles a bit. She was a sneaky one. Blackguard getting after Kolek. Kolek not having it. Still pretty even, I'd say. Still a lot of powerful units left. Sokol using his ranged units well. Although going after the halberds. See, this is just a bad move to try and use halberds to chase down these fast cavalries because they're just never going to catch them. It's a waste of time. There'd be much more use over here. Unfortunately for the Chaos, they don't have a lot to deal with those repeater crossbows. That is the trouble. Chaos wavering over there. It's coming down to the Dragon Ogres. It might be a good time for these Dragon Ogres to focus in on this fella, as it looks like he might be doing. Bring both in, bring both in. Those anti-large will absolutely ruin him, straight up. Straight up, bro. Don't know what the hell that spell was. Looks like it was rushed a little bit. Sokol going to try and escape Kolek. Can he get away? Looks like he might. He's done it. He's escaped. But a lot of the Dark Elf infantry is gone now. There's not a lot of it left. There's not a lot of anyone's infantry left. Some Harganeth boys over here, just about wavering them off. They've only got 25 men left. The Blackguard's still in pretty good nick. But these 2 Shaggoths are still alright. These can't have much ammo left. The repeater crossbows, they've still got a fair amount of ammo. And Malekith's in alright nick. Got to try and get these repeater crossbows. If I were him, maybe he was trying to make the repeater crossbows waste ammo on the wherever they were, the halberds earlier. Maybe that's why he was chasing them with them. Or maybe he was just trying to push them away for a while. But the last thing you want that ammo to go into is of course your general. Which is not him, but it's him. But your 2 most powerful units here, the Shaggoths. You could make a play for a terror victory. You could try and get these units' leadership down as much as possible. One of the Shaggoths failing a little bit there. Oh, these are pretty bad. These need to get back in here. These have been left out. 35 of them could be really useful right now for Dingo. It is Dingo, that's the Chaos, isn't it? Yep. Oh, it looks like the Dark Elves are taking over. The Dark Elves might be taking number 2. Oh, Kolek's wavering. Now the dragon's on him. The white flags are going. Sokol takes it. 2-1. 2-1 to Sokol. It was a close one. It was a close battle indeed. Let's have a look at some of these kills. So those repeater crossbows, I think, causing big problems there. One of these Hageneth boys not doing a lot, but they didn't apparently need it. Chaos Warriors doing plenty, apart from one of them. Great Weapons not doing as much as you might have thought. The Halberds didn't get a lot done. They were getting shot most of the time. And of course the Dragon Ogres did well. So that was a close one. That was definitely a close one. I've got an... Oh, shit, the battle's underway and I've got an itchy ear. Oh, this is awkward. Okay, let's look at... no one. Let me itch my ear. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm good. I'm back in the game. Now my hat's dislodged. Okay. Who do we look at first? Let's look at the obvious units. So there is Dingo not messing around in this alleyway. He's got some Saurus Warriors, Feral Carnosaur, Bastillodon, and old Krokgar right there. So Sokol, Shrieking, looks like he's going to try and hole up. He's got a dragon. He's got some other stuff. Dingo, fairly out in the open. We can talk about his stuff. Saurus Warriors, Kroxagors, Feral Bastillodon. So Dingo dividing his army. He's got 2 lots of army. Uh-oh. Has he broken the single large rule? 1, 2, 3. I don't think he has. That rule was only for the Tomb Kings. Because the Tomb Kings constructs are ridiculous. Unless he has another one around. But I don't want to look around. I'll write that just in case. What's the names? Tomb Kings. In case he doesn't hear this. Anyway, missiles coming in. Saurus Warriors getting hammered by missiles. These Treekin gonna hold that line well. Breath attack coming in again. Have you not watched my High Elf's guide, man? Don't do it when they're moving. It's the second time he's done that. He's wasting those Dragon Breaths. They could be a game changer. Flanks coming in. Some cheeky Chameleon Skinks dropping some missiles on these very lightly armored War Dancers. That could be bad. These Saurus Warriors. Needs to try and sneak this thing up round here to get some of these missiles. 3 with Lord. What are you on about? His Lord is Krokgar on foot. Krokgar on foot getting hammered by missiles. He needs to... I don't know what he needs to do right now. He needs to get this flanking party in there. This flanking party may be taking too long to get round. He needs to protect Krokgar better. He's getting hammered by missiles. He needs to get this Bastillodon on these missiles. It's the perfect thing to be chasing them down right now. Here he goes. No point fighting the Treekin. To be honest, you'd be better off trying to find a way past the Treekin. Just ignore them. He's going after Krokgar now with his general. Here comes some more Saurus Warriors. He's coming in heavy on this right side, but is he going to get there in time, or is he going to be a little bit too late? Here comes the Carnosaur, and saving some of his large back. Sokol's got me confused now. He only has 1 large, 2 large, 3 large. 3 large is fine for the Lizardmen. There's no other large units. Kroxagors are not a single large unit. They are fine. And Krokgar is on foot. So Krokgar is not a problem. These missiles hammering away at him though. He's focusing him down and he's just got him stood there. He needs to move him. Just get him around the corner for now. Because these missiles are just laying waste to him. The Kroxagors are trying to come over, but they've been tied up by War Dancers. That's bad for them. Not sure what these Saurus Warriors are doing. These Chameleon Skinks are getting chased by War Dancers. Oh, it's looking troublesome for the Lizardmen. Krokgar's getting hammered. He's off skis. Will he survive? Not sure. Got to try and get through these Treekins. The dragon going after him, making sure he doesn't come back, probably. This Bastillodon tied up some missiles, but Still 2 other ones to worry about. The endurance of the lizard men is real though. Can they hold on? Here they come now. The flanking party is about to finally arrive. Oh, there's some war dancers still in the way though. He needs to get the Saurus into them and get the Croxagore away and after the missiles. Dingo is going to have to pull out all the stops to win this one. He has lost his lord. He is white flagged. He is gone. Bastillodon sorting out some missiles over here. Some of these missiles still got a fair bit of ammo left. The war dancers coming in. They lack the armor piercing to take on Saurus warriors very well, but there is a lot of them. There's also a life priest in there, or spellslinger. Here come the Croxagores on the missiles. He's got these missiles pinned in. That's them done for. One of these Croxagores is about to go though. These war dancers getting hammered by the old Saurus warriors. Oh, this is getting close. It was looking like the wood elves were going to take it, but Dingo is fighting back. He's not going down. He's got to get through these damn Treekin. They're so tough. So difficult to break through. The missiles popping off on the old Carnosaur. Oh, wavering from the, or routing rather, from the lizard men. Routing from the wood elves. So this heavy right flanking attack is going to come in. This could change things. If he can get these missiles down, Treekin aren't going to do a lot of damage to you. They're just going to survive for a while. His lord, Sokol's lord, is in pretty good condition. And this Bastillodon, still over here. He's not doing much. He should be. Needs to get it back in there. Here comes the flanking attack. It might be able to rout off some of these units if it's quick. Needs to get round the back, maybe. Get into these war dancers. Needs to pretty much ignore the Treekin as much as possible. Bring the Bastillodon after some of these missiles. Is the other one coming back? He is. Oh, it's still close. Did Dingo bring any magic? I'm not sure Dingo brought magic. I don't remember seeing a priest of any kind. Did Dingo forget his magic, or did he just not choose? I admire him for not going with magic if he genuinely chose not to bring it, because, you know, I'm not a magic man. But it could have been a bad decision. Maybe I just missed it. We'll have a look at the end. So, the Bastillodon buses are into melee now. That could be bad for all of the infantry of the Wood Elves. He's bashing through the missiles. Not that they have a great deal of armor left. Ammo left, rather. That Lord's still in good condition, though. Still pretty even. Some routing from the Lizard Men. Oh, the Feral Carnosaur. Still pretty good condition, actually. Oh, here comes a breath attack. That could be bad for either side. Lizard Men routing, but still got the large units in the game. Got some Saurus warriors over here in pretty good nick, but while they're up there, everything else has been destroyed. It's looking like Sokol may have just won the fucking tournament. Oh shit! It looks like he may have tamed the dog. Has he tamed the dog? Has he tamed the dog? Can these Saurus warriors defeat the rest of the Wood Elves army? Probably not, but you never know. The Bastillodon's been pinned now by the Anathrema. Lizard Men coming back, but they're not going to have a lot of leadership left. So he's Treekin, man. Look how good good condition the Treekin is still in after fighting pretty much the entire battle. Half the time against the Carnosaur as well. Well, these boys are wavering. It's wavering all over the place. I think it's inevitable. The favor bar still a fair amount in the Lizardmen's favor, but not enough. Not enough. Lost control of the Carnosaur now. War dancers with spears are on him. He's gone, he's gone, he's gone, and it's done! Holy shit. Sokol just won the great tournament. Oh dear. Oh hell. I can't believe it's finally over. Someone won the tournament. Good game, gentlemen. Well played, both. So Dingo, no magic. No magic. What the hell is that? Explain that one. Well played, Sokol. Congratulations, my friend. You just won the first great tournament. Well done. Dingo, commiserations. A good effort, but no magic. Madness. Madness, madness. What's everyone been saying? Poor taste, but not illegal. Well, the Lord sniping is ridiculous. if you're going to leave them that open, I think there's a line with Lord sniping. There's actively like going after a Lord with like a goon squad, and then there's if someone's going to offer you their Lord up on a silver platter, you're going to take it. Like there's that. So yeah, I don't. It was a bit Lord sniping, I guess, but I don't really see it as that. But let's look at some kills anyway. Lord doing pretty well. War dancers doing a good bit. Those war dancers doing damn well. Missiles not really doing as many kills. I suppose they were probably focusing on large units maybe. And Krokgar. Saurus warriors. Two of these Saurus warriors doing very little. Krokgar did nothing. You should have kept Krokgar out of the way that little bit longer. Chameleon Skinks, a nice plan, but they didn't really put enough, well, anything out. The Bastillodons, not enough kills for the Lizardmen, unfortunately. So there we go. The dog tamer. Dingo has been tamed, unfortunately.